It's the next day. Today is Saturday morning. Well, it's actually Saturday afternoon. We stayed up last night till like 5 in the morning. Um, so my homeboy Quest, he ordered him some Chinese food, so he got food, so he good. Um, I gotta get me something to eat. I really ain't that hungry, but I'm gonna just get something to eat because I know we probably gonna be drinking, smoking, all that shit. So um, I'm on my way to go get something to eat, and then I'm probably gonna take a shower, and then we gonna set up for the podcast episode or whatever the case may be. So this is day 2. Y'all ain't gonna want to miss this. Make sure y'all stay tuned. This nigga downstairs probably smoking some shit. I bet. Let's see where this nigga at. Yo,
What's good?
I'm about to go to the I'm gonna go to the store get something to eat. You wanna take a ride?
Sure. Yo, that shit fucked my stomach. That food, I couldn't even finish that.
What, Chinese food?
Shit, as soon as I ate the shrimp, it made my fucking felt like I had to throw up. That food is disgusting, dude.
What Chinese place you ordered this shit from?
Some shit. You train hard the way I train, and when you was in, I was in 2 wars.
With jail, nigga?
No, I was in the Korean.
Nigga, I was in 2 wars, nigga. This nigga. I did.
Yo, did y'all have to learn about the wars? Did they?
I was
y'all
in the
classes?
war, nigga.
Nah, I'm saying like learn about like the previous wars, like while you was in the military, like the Korean.
They give you history and shit like that.
What was the Korean War?
I don't remember. I have no idea.
You failed history class.
I actually did real good in history.
And fucking in the military. They don't teach y'all niggas about shit like you would think they would.
No, they teach you shit about like the branch that you in and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But nah, the military was lit.
Putting guns together, taking them apart. How good were you with that?
I didn't have to do that. Every branch does shit different. The Army has to do that.
Oh.
And I think the Marines have to do that. Well, now we don't get it fucked up because we got guns and we got an armory and all that shit too.
You had to learn how to swim.
Had to learn how to swim. You had to learn how to shoot. Everything. Yo, I ever told you my boot camp story when they made me shoot?
Nah, what happened?
Before you do what's called live fire, which is shoot a real gun with bullets, right? You got to do what's called weapon stimulation. So I forgot what week it is, but anybody that's in the Navy knows what I'm talking about. You go to weapon stimulation, it's like you shooting a target, but it's like laser, right? So it's weapon stimulation. It's preparing you for the live fire. Let's see how you do with the weapon stimulation. So we're doing weapon stimulation type
Simulation or stimulation?
Stimulation. I'm a little buzzed right now. So
it's stimulation, not simulation. Which one is it? You said stimu? ST?
I don't know. Now I'm fucked up. Now I don't even know. Hold up. I don't even know. But it's one of those, right?
Okay, stimulate. I think you mean
stimulation. I think it's stimulation. Stimulation.
To feel the actual,
stimulation. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Stimulation.
So stimulation.
I think it's weapon stimulation. Listen, I was just smoking. Anyway, all right, we had to do that. And when we was in there, you got your firearm instructor or whatever who tell you when to shoot or cease fire and shit like that.
Yeah.
They tell you cease fire, everybody supposed to stop, right?
Yeah.
Boom, boom, because they might have to, for whatever reason, somebody might have to walk down the range or some shit or whatever.
Yeah.
And you got to cease fire. So you got a certain amount of bullets, like every gun, right? Because it's a stimulation though, but you got a certain amount of bullets, same as it feels real.
Okay.
So you got, let's say he say some shit like, shoot. I'm just throwing a number out there, so these ain't the correct numbers. I'm just giving an example. Let's say he say shoot your clip hold 15. He say shoot 15 bullets in a certain amount of seconds, right?
Okay.
Like shoot, like load, like let's say let the clip go within 5 seconds.
Okay.
right? Or some shit. Or shoot as many as you can shoot in 5 seconds. You got 15, right? So as we shooting this shit, we doing a couple of the drills or whatever, and I realized as a shooting, he said, "Cease fire." I still had one bullet left in the chamber. So I shot it. And as soon as he said "cease fire," right? He said "cease fire." I said, "I gotta get this last one out." Bah! And I shot. He said, "Who the fuck?" Who the fuck shot that goddamn gun? I was like, oh shit. Nigga, my heart dropped. Who the fuck shot that nigga? That's literally how they talking too, right? Because they drill instructors and all this shit, right? Who the fuck shot that shit? Oh shit.
What did you remember?
I was like, hold on, nigga, I don't say shit.
You just sat there like this?
I just froze the fuck up. I was like, oh shit, right? And he went over, he was like, "It was him, sir." I was like,
who said somebody snitched?
It was one of the other instructors that was standing in the back of me. Like, not literally in the back of me, but he was like in the back watching everybody type shit. He said, "It was him." I said, "Fuck."
What do you think was gonna happen?
I said, yo, I don't about to they about to chew my ass the fuck out, right? Yeah, that nigga was lit off rip. That nigga said, "Who the fuck?" Like, no port. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew this nigga about to get in my ass. I don't know what's about to happen. Pause. Right? And so anyway, he come the fuck over. He said, "It was him, sir." Boom. Nigga come in here and say, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Didn't you fucking hear me say ceasefire? Didn't you fucking hear me?" I was like, "Yes, sir, yes, sir." I said, "I had one bullet." "I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what bullets you had left in the goddamn shit. I said ceasefire, goddamn it." I said, "I just had that one." He was like, "Shut the fuck up." I was like, oh shit. He said, "Give me his fucking record. Give me his record. Put a bullseye on that bitch right now." Them niggas put a bullseye on my shit, right? I failed weapon stimulation because I shot during the ceasefire. I went back to my drill instructors, went back to the joint and shit, and they was like, "The fuck?" I said, "I had a bullet left in the chamber."
You didn't move fast enough.
It was like, "Well, we don't know what we're gonna do right now, or whatever. What the fuck y'all mean? I don't know what we're gonna do." You can't do the rest of the weapon stimulation.
Because you seem like a liability.
Yeah, like I was a liability, right? Because I shot. Like, what if it was a person down? They said ceasefire and I shot, right? Yeah, so they took that shit serious. So I caught up. That was my first time getting in trouble. First time getting in trouble in the military, and I was fresh in boot camp.
And it didn't stop after that, did it?
So anyway, they let me in to do it. I forgot how, but because they really liked me though, because I had a position. I had a high position when I was in the military. For everybody that know, if you was in boot camp, the niggas that had the pins, I had a chevron. I was port watch section leader, and so I controlled the port side with marching and all that type of shit, whatever. But I had damn, what you call them shits? I had the rank shit or whatever, so I kind of stood out from everybody, and I got a good work ethic. You know what I'm saying? And I always passed like all my drills, all my tests, whatever the case may be. But anyway, I've always been a stubborn nigga too, and I always got that dark side of me. Mm-hmm. But I always try to do good shit to kind of balance it out. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So anyway, I ended up doing weapon stimulation or whatever. I think I had to apologize. I had to do all type of shit or whatever. But let me do it.
Jog and
yeah, and they was like, "Well, you're not going to be able to do live fire or some shit now, or whatever." But I ended up doing it. And I think they felt the way for me too, because 2 weeks in the boot camp. Oh, let me back it up real quick.
You went through it with your grandfather?
Yeah, and y'all niggas just got locked up. I was going 2 fucking weeks. Yeah. My grandfather died. Yeah. You and what's the name tattoo just got locked up. Yeah. And now I got to come back home. Right. My grandfather died. Yeah. So I had to get processed through the military fast. I had got my fucking uniforms. I wasn't supposed to have all that shit until I finished boot camp. Uh-huh. I was only in the military for 2 weeks. I got my uniform, I got my shoes, I got my fucking bag, I got my ID, I got every fucking thing. And I finished. They told me, they was like, "Yo, you want to finish with this division?" And I said, "Yeah." They said, because you can go take grievance or take leave for 3 days or whatever, and you can come back to this joint. If you feel like you need more time, then you're going to have to restart boot camp in another division. I was like, fuck that. Fuck that. I love my grandfather to death, and I'm going to come home for this shit, but no, I'm coming back to finish this shit. Y'all not about to set me back. I don't want to be set back.
Right.
I'm trying to get money now. I'm trying to do my shit, whatever. Anyway, so, what?
That's a little movie, son. It's like your life was something like a movie with that I seen before. I'm trying to remember, but when you think about it, right? Because you got locked up with us, right? And then you got released, right? Because you got found innocent. You went into the military, and then me tattoo gets locked up again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things like you escaped the fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
It's
And
crazy.
then you got into the military.
Mm-hmm. But you know what's so crazy? I said to myself, that's what I was saying. You heard me yesterday. I was like, I'm chosen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm chosen, right? And people, it's kind of like saying you got God's favor,
Right.
right?
Right.
And then people get offended by that, like, oh, you think you special? You think you better than everybody?
Yeah, they gotta know your story.
It's just like exactly, and you got to know how I'm like how we sit up there and talk, and you be like, how the fuck this nigga Quest was in? I mean, how this nigga Cash go sit up here? Cash was in the streets with us, but yet this nigga still was passing classes, still did what he had to do, still went to work, still had his girl, still did all of this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, son. I always got a vision.
But you know what also's ill, right? Boom. 3 of us sitting in the Springs. Right? And from that day forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Each of our paths went different directions. At that point, you know what I'm saying? Right there, then and there, we all had the same starting point. And it was a choice to be made right then and there, sitting, 3 of us in the Springs.
Didn't even know it.
Didn't even know it.
Didn't even know that was a turning point in life.
That was our turning points, right?
Yep.
And from that point on, we're going to go in different directions. And by choice, whatever. Some is going to be by whatever, and some is going to be your own doing. Like,